The rise of short-form content across social media platforms has made race and ethnicity both the center for inspiring community and consciousness, as well as exaggerations and deeply ill-informed misinformation that diffuse into hateful and racist rhetoric. Microaggressions against people of color are often disposed into superficial, categorical judgments on our appearances, living conditions, and verbal communication. Growing up in a predominantly white neighborhood, with my high school being around 70% white, I have both witnessed and experienced microaggressions meant to target people of South Asian descent. Many times after school, my Indian friends and I would head to a very popular gas station where many students would buy snacks. The owner was a South Asian and would often greet my friends and I very kindly, respectfully, and cordially. However, many of the white students would mock his accent after disrespectfully throwing their cash and coins on the counter and would often point and laugh at his traditional dress wear and the red marking on his forehead that represented his Hindu faith. I would stand in shock, but to the people around me, they were laughing. So, to some, he was simply an extension of the South Asians that many white students and white people in general had parasocially belittled and degraded on the internet, another advent of both white Christian nationalism and white privilege. I would get my fair share of stares across public places when I was with my family, whether it be out shopping or even coming into a restaurant. It was the lack of cultural sensitivity that prompted the discomfort, even across areas that were growing in the number of Asians, such as Silicon Valley. To explain the variables of systemic racism that uphold the values of white power today, my story extends into the concepts of racial profiling, which the events of September 11, 2001 brought a surge of hate crimes and discrimination. According to the US Department of Justice, over 800 instances of violent attacks towards Muslims, Sikhs, and South Asians have occurred, resulting in serious injury, destruction of property, and even death. Claudia Rankine, the author of Just Us, An American Conversation, similarly talks about the racial profiling imposed on members of the African American community and how this method of the assumption of white privilege becomes another sanctioned method of segregating space. Rankin's personal racist encounter with a white person on a plane who doubted that she was first class shows how strong this assumption of privilege is within our systems. And this idea could also be translated into our systems of social media that corrupt any sort of nuance and inclusivity by upholding the Eurocentric standards of beauty and living and drawing an adversarial relationship with ethnic content creators. Essentially, they create an us versus them mentality. As I relate to my own experience of the anti-South Asian sentiments seen in comment sections of TikTok videos and Instagram posts, it only further enhances my appreciation and understanding of my South Asian descent and the resilience that our communities have towards an unfortunate product of generalization and ethnic misrepresentation.